So the big question is this: how are marketers like us, who don't cut corners and rely on hype-filled, black hat, scammy marketing, who are always focused on providing value first and over-delivering for our customers with every single purchase they make, how do we market our products and services in a way that allows us to get our message out into the world, dominate the competition, and create a lifestyle of freedom and abundance without sacrificing sales and profit? That's the riddle, and on this show, you'll find the answer. Hey, my name's Misha Wilson, and welcome to Marketing with Misha.
What is going on, everyone? Misha Wilson here, coming at you for another episode of Marketing with Misha. Let me know what your name is and where you're coming in from with a quick comment as you hop on and pay attention to this entire Facebook Live. And let me know with a quick yes that you can see and hear me loud and clear. And today I want to talk about a distinction, I want to talk about a mindset, and I want to talk about something that you've probably seen if you've been paying attention, if you're a pro member in the Super Affiliate Network, and something that might give you just a little bit of insight if you look at it from a certain perspective. So with that said, let me know with a quick yes you can hear me loud and clear. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe right down here. We actually run retargeting ads just to our subscribers where we give away some of our best products. And so if you want to go ahead and grab those, full disclosure, we don't run a bunch of those ads, but we do run some. If you want to grab those, go ahead and get subscribed right now. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. So one of my biggest pet peeves with a lot of people in the industry and a lot of people who come into the industry is the whole mindset and notion of, having the belief in the back of their mind that it's a scam and then looking for anything and everything that might go ahead and confirm that belief. All right, if you don't know what a confirmation bias is, look it up. But so many people in our marketplace have a confirmation bias towards always looking for something being not real, something being not, something not working, something not being the real deal, something being a scam, and something not being of high quality. And that ends up leading to a lot of people very quickly dropping off, quitting the process, stopping way too early, having something go wrong and completely and totally falling off the face of the earth, instead of just sticking with it and getting through the actual process. And for those of you who are at our last event in March in Arizona, you should probably remember at the very beginning of the workshop, I showed you probably realistically, or actually the live event, I showed you maybe 250 different sales funnels and different sales letters and different webinar funnels and different webinar presentations and so on and so forth in my presentation. And I showed you how all of those various items, me trying all those things led to me becoming the marketer that I am today. And I still have so much farther to go when it comes to marketing mastery and business mastery and all of that. But if I wouldn't have gone through that whole process, I wouldn't have got to where I am today. And that's what I want to talk about here today. The simple fact that just because something doesn't work the first time perfectly doesn't make it a scam. Just because something doesn't work exactly how you planned it or exactly how you thought it was going to be with some usually, self-developed false expectation doesn't mean that it's a scam. Just because, you've seen a success story of someone who made a bunch of money very quickly and you're telling yourself the story that, you're going to make the exact same amount very quickly, and then that doesn't happen. Just because that doesn't happen, it doesn't mean it's a scam. And what tends to happen to people in our industry is they deal with a constant and never-ending level of dissatisfaction. And it's derived from the fact that they're only looking at the end result. They're only focusing on the end result. They're only looking at, essentially the big result of usually someone else. And they're fixating on the fact that they haven't produced that big result yet. All right. The truth of the matter is that no matter what level you're at in the game, whether you're just getting started, whether you're, at 6 figures, 7 figures, whether you've done, $10 million plus in sales, etc. Whenever you learn something new, whenever you put your mind to something, give me some comments, likes, hearts, and shares if you guys are getting value. Whenever you learn something new, whenever you dive into a new skill set, whenever you put your mind to something in wanting to improve an area in your business, let me just, be completely and totally upfront. If it works the first time, there's a very specific name for that. There's a very, perfectly descriptive name for that. And that name is, it's a motherfucking miracle, right? If it works the first time, it is a miracle, because that's not how it works in the real world. It never works in the real world the first time. And in the real world, you have to test. In the real world, you have to fail. In the real world, you have to get data and then optimize. In the real world, you got to tweak. In the real world, you got to look at what's not working, get rid of that, look at what's working, and do more of that so that you can get a better result. And one of the things that I think has been really valuable, or I hope has been really valuable for a lot of our various pro members or people who got started very recently with our Pro Breakthrough Accelerator, is watching John and I, try to get into YouTube ads and start that process. Not try, but actually get into YouTube ads. I hate using the word try because it's a presupposition to failure. But with that said, a lot of people have seen me and John, despite the fact that we have combined, probably 20 plus years of marketing experience and tens upon tens upon tens of millions of dollars worth of sales combined between us. We have both completely and totally sucked when it comes to, getting started with YouTube, when it comes to the first initial process with YouTube, when it comes to getting the targeting right, when it comes to getting the creative right, when it comes to getting the message right to the new target, when it comes to getting the funnel right with the right message, with the right target, we've had to stumble through that whole process. We've made countless mistakes. We've made countless adjustments. We've made, dumb mistakes. We accidentally had the wrong video end screen on one of our videos. It was pointing people to the wrong place to click. And so we were spending on money, getting a bunch of views, but no clicks. And I wonder what's wrong. And at the end of the video, we're telling them to click in the wrong location. All right. And I'm sure John was talking trash about me, and it's all good. I'll talk trash about him the first chance I get. But with that said, we stuck with it. All right. With that said, we continued to, just wake up every day and look at what can we change, what's wrong, what's working, what's not, and how can we adjust it. And through that, we looked at our ads and said, holy crap, we're pointing people to the wrong place. Let's change that one thing. Then let's also tweak one thing we're doing with our actual targeting. We did just those two things. And after tweaking just those two things, we immediately brought our cost per click from about $3 per click all the way down to 70 cents per click. And we had a sale the very same day, our first sale on YouTube. Now, that's after 2 weeks of trial and error. That's after 2 weeks of busting our head up against the wall, wondering what's wrong. That's after 2 weeks of John calling me and saying, I don't know what the deal is. What can we tweak? What can we change? And us brainstorming through it together. And again, we've done tens of millions of dollars in sales. And so if it doesn't happen in 2 weeks for you, if it happens in 2 months for you, if it happens in 6 months for you, if it happens in a year from now for you, if it happens in 2 years from now for you, based on the fact that, again, you don't have all the experience that we do, again, that doesn't mean that the whole thing's a scam. All it means is that it's a process. All it means is that you have to learn how to walk before you learn how to run. You have to learn how to run before you learn how to sprint. You have to learn, once again, the foundational elements before you can ramp up and get to the next level. And the truth of the matter is, the process is completely and totally different for everyone. Everyone has different strengths. Everyone has inherent skill sets that they tend to be really good at compared to the next person. Every individual is different, right? And the key in regards to that is being self-aware enough to know what your strengths are and then playing to your strengths, but then also understand that just because it took me a year when I first got started to go from $10,000 in debt to, breaking through, doesn't mean it's going to take you a year. It might take you 6 months. It might take you 3 years. But the truth of the matter is, no matter how long it takes, if you stick to the process, if you commit yourself to the process, and if you commit yourself to mastery, That's part of the game, and that's the only way you can get to your end goal. Just because you have to go through the process, just because the instant result doesn't occur, just because usually the false expectation that you've set yourself doesn't come true, does not make this whole thing a scam. So understand at a very core level, no matter what level of the game you're at, you're absolutely going to fail. You're absolutely going to try and fail. You're absolutely going to have to try multiple things before going ahead and creating your breakthrough. That doesn't make it a scam. It makes it a process. And the longer you stick with the process, the more consistent you are with the process, the more persistent you are in getting there. Once again, the greater your chances of being successful. And then the more consistent you are after you go ahead and have success, the greater your chances of keeping it. So that's my message for the day. Give me some comments, likes, hearts, and shares, all that jazz. If you guys got value, as always, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button so you get notified every single time I upload a new video. And if you're watching on Facebook, give me some comments, likes, hearts, and shares. And with that said, I appreciate each and every single one of you. All right, guys, till next time, over and out.